Welcome back, everybody. Try before we die. Malcolm's got a case of the giggles. I just wanted to just say again, really thanks to everybody for checking out our show and for subscribing if you have. We really appreciate your support. Mal, it's a regular episode now.
It is another regular episode, and I like the fact that we get right after it.
You done with the giggles?
I am done.
Can we get right after it?
We can get right after it.
You want to push the button?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Now, I've heard the longer you hold it, the more random
it gets. So going to be here for a half hour?
Yes.
Yeah, get true random.
At least 10 minutes.
All right, here it goes. I'm excited.
Ooh.
Right behind me, 49. Okay, so we're going to get a bottle 49 opening. We know we're at 45, right? 15, 30, 45. We're across. Quit looking. Now, because we've always gone this way, we're going to continue to do that. So this puts us 4 in over here, which I think could be awesome.
It is awesome. I hate to say it because this is cheating, and I hate to say it, but it is.
It's not as awesome as it could have been. We missed by 1. We missed by 1.
Correct. But
I'm going to just show everybody what we missed. We missed by 1. The crew is bummed.
It's a random generator. I can't force it to do something.
We missed by 2.
Still, it's a random generator. Can't force it to do something.
So when we tell everybody that the bottles are available, we mean it. 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Everybody should know we're in a Macallan because we just bookended them. Again, when I look at my retirement and what it could have been and what it is, it'll be these videos that show me something. So this is the Macallan Select Oak series. This is a full liter. This is an international purchase. Malcolm, do you recall?
No.
Well, you got me this.
I did?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Thanks.
Okay.
Long time ago. Canadian border.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do you remember this stuff?
Steel trap, buddy.
It is like a steel trap. I couldn't freaking tell you what I had for breakfast.
A single malt of extraordinary
the leader.
smoothness,
Yeah.
remarkable sweetness and depth. Now, the Select Oak series has been discontinued. This is not something you're going to get again. You were crossing the border in what years on a regular basis? I'm going to get this opening. Whew, the Macallan.
2005 to...
This hurts a little.
2010.
But we don't play games
2011.
with your time or our show. We open them.
Yeah, 2005, 2011.
So this has been here for at least 10 years. Collecting dust, waiting for today. The Macallan Select Oak, full liter, travel exclusive. Purchased at duty free on the Canadian border by my pal Mal.
Correct. That is correct.
Here we go. Okay, the cork feels like it survived.
Ooh,
I'm going to go with lively.
that was lively. That was lively. And a little bassy at the end.
It's even got that little hologram sticker on it too that lets you know something. I don't know what though.
Yeah, don't be scared. It's a leader. Don't be scared.
It comes in liters?
It comes in liters. That would be a...
Farva would have a liter of Macallan. All right, what else do we know? 40% ABV. The Macallan Select Oak. Oh, something on the back. Select Oak and crafted from an exceptional, wide and unique combination of 5 cask types. Oh gosh, this might be complicated and complex. All right, I'm going to start over. Select Oak and crafted from an exceptionally wide and unique combination of 5 cask types, delivering extraordinary smoothness, remarkable sweetness, and depth. Thank you for capping those.
Okay, steel trap.
I was just like,
It's a shock. I know.
I know.
There's a lot of shock.
We opened it. We opened it.
Every time
Yeah.
we press this button, and there are certain numbers that I know you probably twist and turn and so go, and like this is not happening. But the reality is, because of the random number generator and your generosity to allow your ground floor establishment to be raided by people like me every so often. This is why it happens.
Well, we wouldn't have this as well and without contributions. And certainly you actually, that was your wallet. And one of the Macallans that I just pulled up that we just missed by one was actually flown out by our previous guest, Otter, right? Because he found a bottle for me in Chicago. So this is a group effort. I appreciate the concept of generosity. But try before we die.
Try before we die.
Right? It's one thing to be like, I have it. But it's another thing to say, I've had it.
Correct.
And today we get to say, I've had it.
And you can't say I've had it if you're dead.
But if you're dead, you've had it.
You've definitely had it.
All right. The Macallan
such a
Select
big
Oak.
bottle.
It is a big bottle. It's like brawny. Here you go, mate. Remarkable depth, character, fruity, 5 different cask types. I'll assume we have a virgin oak, a bourbon cask, maybe a sherry cask. You know, who knows? Is there a sauternes in there as well? 5 cask types.
Color.
Color. No legs, just pure sheets of liquor falling right back down. Color.
You know, I'm going to contradict you a little bit on that.
You've got some legs?
I've got, like, it's not like legs, but it's almost like it doesn't sheet as one big uniform that we've seen before.
The top shows a little bit of spiking.
Yes.
But once you drop below that top, it's all even. And it comes down at a random... Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah?
All right, I guess we could say some legs. Interesting. Got some viscosity.
It does have some viscosity.
Now that we're really paying attention there. I was getting focused on color. Got some viscosity.
This is like a golden color, I'm going to say.
Yeah, it's a darker gold.
And maybe some reddish in there.
Yep, it's got a little hue. I just want to drink this.
Patience.
Patience?
Got to do the nosing next.
Oh, okay. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
5 cask types.
Wow.
I feel like sherry,
Yeah.
for sure. I feel like a sherry cask for sure.
And it dissipates quickly.
That seems to be the prominent.
Yep. There's this definitely this sweet, almost candied.
Yeah. I am hopeful for this grand expression to just knock our socks off. You ready?
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for bringing this bottle a decade ago.
Cheers.
Cheers. Remarkably smooth. Dropped right down into the gullet. Very easy. The finish is long.
Yeah, I'm still getting it.
And I feel like it's not as layered as I imagined, but it feels very consistent front to back.
It's a Macallan.
It's got some real character.
And there's almost like heights that you get. You can taste almost candied
Yeah.
on my lip
Yeah.
and like in the front. And then you get these spikes of, the best one I'm going to say is probably some sort of nuttiness, oakiness maybe.
Yeah.
That you get, and it's just like this. But the whole procession is kept together by that underlying Macallan.
Right. I feel like that sherry is so present on the nose, and it takes a back seat, and I appreciate you bringing up nutty or woody. It takes a back seat to some of that nutty woodiness that I'm really experiencing across the line. Very much a sherry nose, a nutty woody texture the whole way, with this classic Macallan underneath, which is that full flavor,
that richness.
Right.
That you
There's
get from
nothing
Macallan.
thin about this whiskey at all. In fact, I'm watching some legs develop on my glass because there is this viscosity to it as well, and I'm still seeing things roll down the side of my glass from my last sip, which was obviously a little bit ago, because my glass is held right now. It's
That's like driving a.
don't get carried away.
I'm not gonna get carried away, but that's like driving like something that is just purring like a Jag.
I don't do.
It's got a lot of life.
I
to
know
it.
a little something about driving a Jag.
That's right. That's right. Okay, that's right. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just a pleb. I drive a Toyota.
Well, no, because my first
but
son,
it really
his little baby book, first car he rode in was a Jag. Because remember, I had
that's
the
right, yeah.
86 Bandit Blast, right?
Correct.
Right. I guess what I'm really trying to say is that this isn't as complex as they come,
No.
right? And so when I say don't get carried away, what I mean is I think we have a high-end whiskey here.
It's got something to it.
And I feel like, and this isn't a dig, but if we were at a 46% ABV, this would be a pinnacle expression, right? So by bringing it down to that 40%, I think they've made it
Rounded on the edges too much.
not too much, but rounded them off so that there is this, because again, this was for the retail market.
Okay.
Right, so the traveler coming through, and so they don't want
Yeah.
to put somebody off with too much complexity, who might be just passing through a duty free and grabbing a bottle,
the
not
hotel
quite
stay or whatever.
knowing.
Yep, okay.
Right, and so I think that this is an A, but at 46, we would probably be at an A plus.
That's actually a valid statement, because I think if they had bumped it up a little bit, I think those pieces of those puzzle that's in there now, as I would say, like those heights would start to be a little bit more squeezed together, and it would be a little bit freaking trickier, but they would be there and they would move together.
I think at that higher ABV, those pieces would be more independent.
Okay.
Right? And so it'd be like, oh, and. Whereas here, what we have is this well-rounded whiskey that's like, oh, that's nice. It's got some of this. It's got that sherry nose. It's got that oaky nutty along the whole way. It's got this long finish. But it doesn't necessarily have these prominent feature points that I think a higher ABV would bring. And by everybody, understand, when you get an A on the test, you did good. They're getting an A on this test.
Yeah, I mean, it's very smooth. Even then, when I took it and I hit the back of my throat, within seconds, it just started to mellow itself out. It was like, you're okay. You're not going to cough.
Can I tell you what it reminds me of?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thanks for the permission.
And please don't say, oh, Macallan.
Reminds me of a Macallan. No, no. In some ways, as I'm spending a little bit more time with it, and the potential that I'm again feeling like sherry is playing a role here. It reminds me of some ways as the Glenfarclas 10, which is that sherry finish, but it's the one they release at 40%. Right, and so it's this nice, smooth entry into this whiskey world that with a little notch up on ABV, it suddenly is going to become something A plus.
The analogy that you use is actually interesting, because if you're going to say that, then you're absolutely spot on. Because when we talked about the Glenfarclas, that's exactly what we said.
Yeah.
It was like this nice entry, you could go, but if it had been tweaked a little bit, business. Same with this one. I think you're spot on. Just a few more tweaks and it probably would have sent it.
Yeah. We have all these independent points, right? I think what we have here is this well-rounded final product, but complexity is dependent upon independent points.
But it's a Macallan.
It gets an A. It's been waiting 10 years patiently to be opened. and I certainly have no regrets about opening it with you.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I probably didn't remember that I even got you that.
Yeah.
But the same
Not probably we all watched you not remember.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But to that end, it's a Macallan through and through, and it has that feel to it,
Yeah.
and it has that taste notes to it. But it's good, and there's a liter worth of it.
There's less than a liter now. Anything else that we should know about this? Smoothness. So they're talking about smoothness. We
Okay.
have found it. Sweetness. We have found it.
Yep,
And depth. We have found it.
correct.
Right. Extraordinary smoothness, remarkable sweetness and depth. Yes, absolutely. So they've put together this final product that is just emerging. It has merged well, these 5 casks. I'm going to do some research into what those are, but these 5 casks have come together.
Yes.
An A plus at 46%, those 5 casks would have been bam, 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 American oak, sherry cask, bourbon finish, sauternes, make things up. Is there a port in there? I don't know, right? Because it's merged together so well.
No, that's
They
really
get
good.
an A. The Macallan Select Oak, no age statement, travel exclusive, 10 years ago, purchased by my pal Mal.
That's a good one.
What are we putting it with?
You know, the obvious one would be chocolate orange. Mm-hmm. The obvious one. But you know what I'm going to do?
Nope.
I'm just going to add a splash of water.
You're going to go for a splash of water. I am not going to go for a splash of water. I am going to do the orange.
All right.
All right. Because I do believe there is some sherry in here. I'm going to do a small piece of the orange. As you have that sip, I'll just say that very small piece of infused orange chocolate. Again, I wouldn't have done a big piece because the orange is so present. But on that very small bite, that medium sip, excellent. It's not a dominant experience. It married well. How's the water treating you?
As usual, just sort of brings
Tightens
it
it
all
up.
together.
Yeah, tightens
You know,
it up.
I don't have all the expressions I had the first time around. But I will say I actually am enjoying it with the water. I think it does enough to just give it a little bit more of a polish.
Yep.
To bring it all together, so you're not really searching for stuff that you
Yep.
can't find,
Right.
and you're just enjoying the drink.
Yep.
That's good.
Again, I feel like I bet if we poured more, you wouldn't add water again.
Probably not.
Right. Again,
Actually,
at
I
these
should
low ABVs, these 40%, water's not generally somewhere we'll go, but sometimes we find it's helpful. The Macallan Select Oak, leader, travel exclusive, my pal Mal, 10 years been waiting to be opened. We got it. They get an A. 46% ABV, A plus. They get an A. Exciting to have this dram. Today we're traveling to Singapore. And in Singapore, they have a phrase which essentially means finish your drinking. Okay?
Yeah.
So Mal. Yum Sang. I have yum sanged this yum yum whiskey.
The water definitely just makes it a little more rounded.
Yep.
I would like to try it, and I probably will as soon as we stop rolling.
We'll get some more going.
But that's really, 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 really good.
It is really, really, really good. Again, I feel like we could get an extra really in there with a higher ABV and really pick out these other flavors. But nice job, Macallan. Again. Right.
I don't.
They do a good job with their whiskeys.
No, that's you know what was good about it is the fact that it just all those different flavors weren't overpowering. It's amazing how they can get all these pieces together and not have them just like one overwhelm the other. You know, to have that type of ability to freaking do that.
Call it balance. It's a well-balanced whiskey.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you do? I mean,
Practice
God.
makes perfect.
But that's just
These guys
unreal.
did a good job.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah. The Select
nice.
Oak series, not available anymore.
No, that was good.